on the thunder throws, so shock and groan. On the thunder throws, so shock and groan. Disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. Now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Those crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flight. Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Wails of the foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympian tote. Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen. Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Chains of torment echo loud. Lost in sulfur, desperate crowd. Zeus watches from Olympus' cloud. Rejected truth, their fates avowed.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float.
Woo! Yes, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in the Thunderdome. All right. Let's get this show going, ladies and gentlemen. All right, welcome. Yeah. We're back in the Thunderdome. Big C, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Ange. So nice to see you all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Deja vu when I'm running up the rest. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage, your tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish.
Hey!
Sitting in my living room screaming.
Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
It's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. Now the algorithm turned to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these nippers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. You know the rules. My ex that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I see you, Mr. Nice Guy. Welcome. Probably one of the best places you've been on the app. Alright. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what.
Here you go.
I went on to Zeus's live a couple of days.
Yes.
That shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Yeah, I stay off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do, alright? Alright. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Alright, today's Friday. We are once again back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here, alright? Unfortunately, the work never ends, alright? But before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus. Or as some like to say, Mr. Nice Guy. I'm not Mr. Nice Guy, but Mr. Nice Guy's in my chat. But Mr. Nice Guy, won't you go ahead and tell all of your fans in here who I am? Zeus, a.k.a. Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest, all right? I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is well because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me, all right? If I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. Greetings, Poker Dad. Shout out to Poker Dad. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. Mr. Nice Guy, why don't you go get something to help cure that ZDS syndrome you got, that Zeus derangement syndrome. Tom, this guy is not humble at all. Tom, I am humble. You've never met anyone in your life as humble as me. Relax, all right, before I do something here that'll really, really mess your morning up, Tom. I'm trying to be on the good side this morning. It's Friday, right? But Tom, I got to be honest with you, Tom. What I do, you've never seen anyone do anything like this in your lifetime. But what it's about is taking people like you, Tom, and showing you who your cult leader is, Donald Trump. All right, getting you out of the MAGA cult. All right, and that's going to be by virtue of me telling nothing but the truth. So help me God. You might as well pretend like my hand's resting on a stack of Bibles, Tom. All right, so Tom, and not just Tom, but any of you out there who are supporting Donald J. Trump, or Elon, I should say, Elon Musk, do me a huge favor. Come closer to the screen. I got something for you, all right? Come real close. I got something for you. It's a message from your cult leader. Listen up.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, and you're subject to whatever treatment. I have a very, very strict rule, and my mods, they enforce it. If you're a Trump supporter and you're spewing a bunch of nonsense in my chat, there's a chance I might just randomly decide to bring you up here, right? So that we can get you to actually put a little meat on the bones. And if I invite you to come up here, MAGA, and you do that little thing, decline the invite, then I'll ask my moderators to put you in a straitjacket. Okay, see, for instance, I'll take on Ryan. Ryan is either a real person or a Russian bot. Ryan, you're spamming my chat. I haven't even began going over my content. So I invited you up here, Ryan. What's the deal? You know what the problem is, ladies and gentlemen? Ryan has lost his mind. So what I'll do is this, Ryan, since you wanted to be the first volunteer this morning, why don't we warm up the lake of fire for Ryan, all right? Ryan, I'm warming up the lake of fire for you. And you know where you're going, where I send every single one of you Trump supporters. Straight to the pits of hell. Virtue of the lake of fire. Ryan, you're possessed with the MAGA demon. You're not a Christian. You're a demonic person. You're very evil. And you're definitely not a patriot. You're a seditionist, treasonous traitor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Ryan straight to the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge round of boos and shame. Let me get my hammer out for you, Ryan.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Thank you. Mod, you know what to do with Ryan, all right? He is useless. He is a vassal of transgression. No, Mr. Nice Guy. I'm glad that you're here, Mr. Nice Guy, because what I do need you to help us understand is Donald Trump for bringing immigrants in the country, or is he for getting them out of the country? Because at this point, I'm confused. I really am. And it seems like a lot of you are confused. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is really he's in a world of hurt right now because his supporters, they're defecting from the cult. And, when they defect from the cult, they do things, right? I'll give you an example. So we all heard about what happened at his hotel with the Tesla, the Cybertruck, right? Y'all all heard about what happened. That was one of his supporters. His uncle said this guy was loyal to Donald Trump. He would do anything to please Donnie. All right. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. And so he decided on his own to send Donald Trump a message. Right. And this is what's going to happen as more and more of you Trump supporters begin to realize that Donald Trump really lied to you and he manipulated you. And this all is starting because of the H1B visa process. And you all saw how that played out on X. No. I'm not assuming anything, especially yesterday. So Donald Trump is doubling down, actually quadrupling down on his position with the H1B visas. And so he goes onto his social media platform, Lie Central. I call it Lie Central. He calls it Truth Social, but I call it Lie Central. And yesterday he did it. You would have thought he would have just zipped his mouth and said, you know what? I'm just going to do what I need to do, and I'm not even going to bring this up again. But he knows that his supporters, they don't think straight. He knows that his supporters are so concerned about black jobs while he's pulling the rug from underneath them. So he posts an article from the Boston Globe titled, Trump Gets It Right on Skilled Worker Visas. How many of you think Donald Trump got it right on the H-1B visas? If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat if you believe that he got it right. Oh, Lou? I knew it was you, Lou. To which his hardcore supporters, they are revolting against Donald Trump on Lie Central. Yeah, this is what they were saying. One user wrote, American citizens, do not fall in line. Work visas fraud is high. Wow. Steve Bannon and Dr. Michael Savage disagree and have receipts. They said, no, you did it, meaning he got it wrong. You got it so wrong. Your entire base is calling you out over it. I don't care how much Elon paid. This isn't right. You Trump supporters, y'all are crying because Donald Trump is bringing in immigrants to take your jobs, especially those black ones that you black folks voted for. All right, he's taking them. Why? One user wrote, why? I really want to understand why you are upsetting the people who voted for you. They put the UGH. That means, they are devastated about this. Another user, John, end H1B and stick to O1. Deport all H1B visa holders and fill those spots with our people. Heck, create a system wherein people qualified for the positions can certainly put their names out there for consideration to positions. Until there are no more from our country posting about losing their jobs to cheap foreign labor, keep the H1B system suspended. Do you all understand that Donald Trump lied to you? He has you focusing on what's happening at the border. And actually, those are the people that you need in this country to do the hard work because you're too lazy to do it, like Vivek said. Elon has called you all a bunch of names. Hasn't Elon called the Trump supporters some of the nastiest names? I'm talking about nastier names than President Biden. And guess what you all do? You all still use his platform. Elon, please give us the blue check back, please, Elon. We're so sorry we were mean to you and calling you out. We didn't recognize that you were the real powerful one and not our dear leader. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, let's do it again. Join me in giving the Trump supporters what they deserve bright and early on a Friday morning. A huge round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. They're all a bunch of liars.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Oh, but it gets worse, you Trump supporters, you seditionist, treasonous traitors. And I call you seditionist, treasonous traitors because look at what you did to Liz Cheney. Look at how you all have turned on Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, other Republicans who stood up for the Constitution. You all have disrespected Mike Pence. And I don't even like those people, MAGA, but look at what you've done. Donald Trump is partying at Mar-a-Lago, having fun with Elon, doing that little ridiculous dance, and you all still don't get it. Donald Trump didn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. He actually posted again last night. He's basically sticking it to MAGA, all right? And this post actually had a picture of Elon in it, and it says, Trump supports immigration visas backed by Musk. He went on and said to you Trump supporters, if it's between you and Elon, I'm choosing Elon. So he posted another article about the H1B visas, all right? And another users, you Trump supporters, they are over there crying W Shay in the chat. Y'all started crying again. President Trump, you are behaving just like a rhino. When you support something like this, you are breaking my trust in you, and you are totally, quote, breaking the MAGA pledge. I didn't even know there was a MAGA pledge, but I guess that makes sense when you know it's a cult, right? So disappointed. And this is a real bad way to building American trust. How can citizens support such a slap in the face? I pray that God will bring you to your senses. This is a Trump supporter, ladies and gentlemen. So since they brought God into it, you know how I feel about these so-called fake Christians doing that. Let's give this Trump supporter, Thor 55, whoever you are, USA Proud 55. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of booze and shame. What the hell?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And another sad story from Linda Gruen. This is a sad story. My engineer husband lost his job shortly before the election. We live in a swing state. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to stay to vote, but we found the funds via our savings to stay for the time being. Those funds may dry up in a few months. My husband had all of about 2 interviews. One of them went well, but then that job disappeared. My husband was denied interviews for several other positions for which he was qualified and applied. HR seemed to just throw out his application. He's been coerced into disclosing his race and personal pronouns. He's non-LGBT white male. Why is he suffering like this? With his last position, he may have been replaced by an H1B worker, despite having 20 years of experience and no bad job performance review. I can't understand. Prior to moving to swing state, Maricopa County, Arizona, we lived in hard left, woke Democrat, Loudoun County, Virginia. The rise of immigration, thousands of H1B tech workers, along with urbanization, resulted in socio-political disenfranchisement of older residents. These people are really crying to their dear leader, Donald Trump. As the H1B workers or their sponsors competed against us for housing, the urbanization from the new developments destroyed our sense of community, made the cost of living unaffordable for most, and drove many of our former residents out about 50 miles or so to more rural communities like Front Royal and Maryville, Virginia. The increased urbanization also attracted some of the most hostile leftists I have ever dealt with. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has placed a dagger in the back of his supporters, and they're crying on X. Do I care? Absolutely not. As far as I'm concerned, they can go straight to hell. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire once again for these Trump supporters, because, I was in a live yesterday. Q-Dog, I don't know if you're still here, but we were in that live. Dark Heaven, are you here? And they said, Zeus, what can we do to get along? Because these are Trump supporters. And I said, can't we all agree that Donald Trump is a liar and he played you like a fiddle? They say, oh, no, we can't do that. So guess what? You, along with all these Trump supporters that keep crying about how Donald Trump is prioritizing people with the H1B visas over you and still telling you it's American first, can go straight to hell. Let's warm it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a huge, huge round of booze and shame. I see some people in my chat are triggered by the way that I'm running my broadcast. Does anyone have a problem with what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't hear my message at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah, and that goes to you, Rosa, the Hispanic lady that got in my box yesterday and crying us a sob story about how life is so hard while she's living out here in California in one of the most affluent neighborhoods in the Bay Area. Oh, yeah, I came from Mexico and I just can't stand immigrants. You know, you Trump supporters are some of the biggest, most disgusting, vile hypocrites I've ever encountered in my life. It's almost at a point where I say, you know what? I'd rather have a toxic relationship than to deal with a Trump supporter at this point, because look at what you're doing to this country. What a disgrace. What a shame. I mean, you didn't have anything to say about the so-called... Remember when Trump said something about those black jobs? You didn't have anything to say when he said something about the black jobs. Remember that?
They're taking black jobs now. And it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs.
You didn't have
and they're
anything...
taking Hispanic jobs. And you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
How many of y'all think that's acceptable language? How many of y'all think Donald Trump saying racist stuff like that is acceptable? Somebody says they want a black job remix.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second, do you? Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night? Take a little shot.
You want a black job remix? You want a black job remix? I'll see what I can do.
He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. You know, they always say, sure, please stick to policy, don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people.
Well, see, and you see how he likes to paint himself as a victim after demanding or talking about those so-called black jobs. Does anyone know what a black job is? If you could, anyone out there, please answer the question. Let us know what a black job is. I would love to hear it.
Do I still have to stick to policy? Sir, you must stick to policy. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built that they gave away $85 billion worth. Yesterday she got up, she started ranting and raving that Donald Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food. But they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs.
Sick.
And they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history.
I know. It will be.
Worst in our history.
It really will be. And you all did it.
The worst in our history. Worst in our history.
It's going to be the worst in our history because of you, Trump supporters.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second?
Go for it.
Do you did?
Let's go.
You see Brock Okoro?
Oh.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter?
Yeah, those are the
for
black
a second?
jobs for you.
Do you did? You see Barack Obama last night?
That's right.
Taking little shots. He was taking shots. He was taking shots at your president.
He was.
It's so meager. You know they always say, sir, please stick to policy. Don't get stick to policy. Don't get personal and yet don't get personal and get personal all night long. These people do. I still have to stick to policy, sir. You must stick to policy, sir. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built, that they gave away $1 billion worth yesterday. She got up, she started ranting and raving.
Sing it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food, but they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18. It could be 19 and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history.
It is. It's going to be the worst.
The worst in our history. The worst in our history.
It's going to be the worst in our history.
Worst in our history. Worst in our history.
It's going to might be the worst in our history.
Worst in our history.
There you go. That's your black job remix, ladies and gentlemen.
They're taking black jobs now. It could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Did you like the black jobs, ladies and gentlemen? I knew you would like that. Don't worry. All right, let's go to the box and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. Good morning, Danny. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I want to come up with the list of the black jobs, man, for you, man. A couple of
What
them.
are they?
Let's see. I'll go with a mayor, a former president,
Okay.
lawyers, surgeons, brain surgeon, by the way.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Those are. Yeah.
Accountants. You know, I can go on, man.
Yeah.
Construction business owners,
Yeah.
store owners. So, what are these black jobs they're coming for? I'm wondering.
Yeah. Any
Was
Trump?
was
I'm asking the Trump supporters. Do they know what a black job is? And I've never heard them give such a detailed answer like you, Danny Bill. But you're spot on. I mean, basically, black people are capable of doing anything in this country.
exactly?
All right. Yeah. What part of the country are you calling in from?
I live in the state of Florida, but right now I'm in driving through Alabama, man.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Florida. Well, in Alabama.
Hey,
I mean,
by
you're
the way-
behind enemy lines, though. I know that much.
I know. Listen, by the way, I'm doing a black job right now, man.
Oh, really? Well, you're doing an outstanding job, all right? And listen, happy New Year to you, all right?
Hey,
You got to fight
as
the good
well.
fight. Don't let these people get to you. Don't let them try to take you down because you know what they're all about. They're all about being racist and
Yep.
crying all day long. These are some of the most laziest people, wouldn't you say?
I would agree with you, man.
Yeah.
They're misinformed and they bought into a narrative that's not even happening, man.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing, man.
Bingo, bingo. Well, listen, brother, I appreciate you, Danny Built. All right, I'm going to try to see if we can get one of them to come up here and confess their sins. All right.
Right on, man. I'll be listening, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W. Danny Built in the chat. No lies detected. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, thank you so much for the subscriptions. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat and I'll bring you right up. It's Friday and we don't got much time. Donald Trump is single-handedly destroying this great country of ours, right? You see what he's doing. He's divided his base in half. I mean, I don't know if it's possible to do that at this point, but you all have to have this come to Zeus moment at some point and recognize that your dear leader. Yeah, they're crashing out bigly. Yes. Okay, Tabby, come on up here, Tabby. You are the chosen one. You voted for Donald Trump, Tabby?
Yes, I did.
Are you driving? Because there's an
Yes.
echo. Yeah, well, I can't talk to you if you're driving, Tabby, and there's an echo. There's an echo. We don't want you to get into trouble, Tabby. All right. We need Trump supporters to use all of their senses. All right, all 6 senses. All right, when they're having these kind of conversations, because things get serious very, very fast, and I don't want you to actually do anything that's illegal in terms of driving and talking, because I might say something and then and then something terrible happens. Okay, because that happens on this show. All right, so you come on back here and we will have the conversation. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please identify yourself in the chat. Please put a 1. Yeah, I said all of their senses, whatever is left, right? I know they can't process the information out there correctly. All right, so put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Tabby, did you park that fast? Tabby, you're already back in my box. Tabby, did you park that fast? Okay, did you put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter? All right, I'll bring you right up. We'll lower your taxes and we will drill, baby, drill. We'll take care of the debt. We'll pay off your debt. All right, we'll do all those things that you need us to do. But you got to come up here and be nice. All right. What I don't like is, yesterday I had that Trump supporter and she just wanted to ramble. I'm not the type of person that's just going to sit here and oh, can I out yell you and can I hit the mute button? I really don't like to do that. I actually want to know what the heck is going on inside a lot of you Trump supporters' minds. All right. And how did you get to where you're at, to a point where you do not even accept facts? Gypsy, could you send me a guest request? I'll bring you up. You can leave all of the steamrolling to Zeus. All right. You can leave all the huffing and puffing to Zeus. All right. I'll take a few, you could take a couple shots at Zeus, but for the most part, I just want to have the conversation, because I do believe at a certain point, you have to hear what you're saying and think, is this making sense? Yeah, right? A lot of Trump supporters, they don't listen to what they are saying. They don't listen to what Trump is saying. They just go around and repeat it, and then you repeat it back to them, and they go, oh, that's not what that is. No, no, no. For instance, this whole thing about Joe Biden supposedly being a criminal. How many of us watched how James Comer and Jim Jordan spent all of your taxpayers' money trying to imply that Joe Biden was somehow caught up in a influence peddling crime ring? We went through this so many times last year. Vice. We went through this so many times with Trump supporters. And there's not one Democrat out here that I ran into that said they would support President Biden if he was committing crimes. We all said pretty much something along the lines, if you have evidence of the crime, bring it and we will get rid of him. Am I right, Brother Swervin? Isn't that what you said? Something about we'll drop Joe Biden like a French class. How do you say that, Swervin? You know how you say it. You never brought any evidence that Joe Biden was a criminal. So I go into a live yesterday, and they know who they are. Oh, Zeus, you got to admit Joe Biden lied about whether or not he knew Hunter Biden's business associates. What? So you Trump supporters have issues with a president supposedly lying all of a sudden? Okay. You're going to ignore all 30,000 lies Donald Trump told in his first term, and then we show him the articles. Oh, Zeus, that's a left-wing source. Can't trust it. Okay. So this is the hypocrisy, right? Either you have a problem with people lying or you don't. You have a problem with people committing crimes. You think Hunter Biden is a criminal? Yes, Zeus, he's a criminal. Okay. But you went and got those t-shirts that said never surrender, correct? Yes, I bought one. And you bought those shirts that says I'm voting for a convicted felon. Yes, I did, Zeus. You don't see what you look like out here. And you actually went and sat down in church after you did that, and your pastors didn't tell you that. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these Trump supporters for being hypocrites a huge round of boos and shame. I just thought of that.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yes, Q Dog. Welcome to the show, brother. You was in that live yesterday. All right.
That was an ish show, bro.
Tell him.
That dragon blagger chick.
She knows who she is. She knows who she is.
All she wanted to do is try to just talk about black folks and talk about men. I don't even think she likes men. To tell you the truth, as bad as she was trying to talk about somebody. And then you go on her page, all she has is like demonic pictures and whatnot, AI stuff. It's amazing how a lot of these folks that are, and I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of these MAGA folks have demonic pictures and videos on their pages and whatnot.
Exactly.
And it's just, it baffles me.
You hear this?
When you dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, it's gonna come to light.
WQ Dog in the chat. He's speaking to somebody's soul right now. Marsha, is it you? Rosa, is it you? He's talking to somebody out there. Somebody hears this truth. Go ahead and give it to him, brother.
I'm trying to tell you, this whole situation, all this is, like I say, a long time ago, they used to have movies out and like, oh man, this is a nice movie. This is unreal. When you go back to the Omen,
Yeah.
the Omen 3, matter of fact, the
Ooh.
presidential election. This is exactly just regurgitated
Bingo.
from that movie. A lot of stuff that people want do, they do it and then they replicate it down the line.
Yeah.
Why do you think people always talk about The Simpsons and how they predict the future or whatnot?
Because they know.
They know what's going to happen, what's coming.
They know what they're doing. A lot of them are doing dirt in the dark. And what's done in the dark, doesn't it come to the light?
Exactly.
Bingo. And they're getting exposed.
At the end of that tunnel, you got to have your face to face with God.
Amen.
And what you doing.
Amen. And a lot of them are about to have that at this moment. I mean, you got these people. Think about this. New Year's Day, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Remember? And it just seems like this country started going straight to hell. You had somebody driving to his hotel in a Cybertruck.
And a Trump supporter.
Bingo. Bingo.
Like
and
all this stuff. The situation that happened down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Where they had to postpone the football game.
Joe, stop it, please.
Because of that rhetoric.
Yeah.
And y'all talking about, y'all in this chat talking about, oh, this and that. Y'all see it in y'all, right in front of you. It ain't like we making this stuff up. All we doing is giving back to you what's already been done.
Bingo.
And you're mad about it. I
Bingo.
understand that. Your dude won. But you still mad. You still come up in Zeus's live, angrier than angry. That ain't nothing but demonic spirits dwelling in your soul.
WQ, dog. It is a demonic spirit. Right, Cabria? The 150? Yeah.
The devil is on your shoulder say, "Ooh, get in Zeus's live every day." I see the same folks in his live every day, just angry, like we can change the future.
Yeah,
we just talking about it.
Yeah,
what's happening?
Amen.
Angry at us because we're talking about the future. Oh, you're talking against us. That ain't nothing but the devil.
Amen. Somebody hearing what Q Dog saying. Y'all better get out of the cult today. Get out of that cult. Stop letting the devil play you.
Y'all think that because you walk around and you got your cars, you got your houses and this and that and the other, guess what? You can't take none of that with you when you leave this.
Ooh, you didn't say something right there, brother. They know it.
Take not one dime with you. But you following somebody, like, I'm gonna tell you this. My God is a jealous God.
Amen. Preach on it.
And you following this man around like he's a god. He's human, just like you. If you slice him and you slice yourself, he gonna have that redness come out just like you.
And he got to use the bathroom like you, and he got to tear that diaper up just like a lot of you probably tear that diaper up. Y'all some sick folks out there. Y'all need to get saved. Tell them, Q Dog.
Need to get back on track. A lot of y'all folks, you guys were repenting when and turning your lives over to God when that whole situation 4 years ago, now 5 years ago,
God saved them. God saved you.
God was trying to get your attention to sit y'all behinds down and think what y'all doing.
Amen. And look at how they repaying the good Lord. Worshiping a false idol.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, Zeus. It's just like this. Like, you remember when the world started to open back up just a little bit.
Under
when
Biden.
Everybody was shut down. You couldn't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they started, they had social distancing, 6 feet away.
All them sixes,
We're going to clean everything down. Everything you touch. We're going to Clorox it down and clean it down. That's where you can't hardly get somebody to get a pail of water to clean down a kitchen sink or
Reach it.
Go back to the same old BS.
Reach it, Q Dog.
The same old
Sugar Life.
Sugar
Life, please stop. Sugar Life and all of you other Trump supporters, if you want to really push back on what we're saying, all you got to do is send a guest request. Because
send a guest request. Come up in the block.
Yeah, because we don't do that.
You know what I'm saying is true.
Yeah,
y'all come up here and say that y'all God fearing and y'all love God. This ain't of God.
Nope. Bingo. WQ dog in the chat. Somebody calling him. You know he's on fire. That's what happens when you're on fire.
And I'm gonna tell you this: when it comes your time, and when the hour is ticking,
Yeah.
you don't know what time of day it's gonna be.
Amen.
And when you hear them bells ringing, and God's calling you, you don't know which way you going. You're gonna think back on your life of what you did to people. Like they said back in the day.
Amen.
When God said, "Let my people go."
Oh.
I don't want to go that
No,
deep.
go ahead. Don't lead them there. Go ahead. We gonna get them where they need to. We gonna fire baptize them today. We gonna fire baptize these demons.
I'm gonna tell you, read in the Bible and see what happened to Pharaoh when he just knew I'm not going that way. These are my slaves. This is my kingdom. You see what happened.
Amen.
And the ones that followed him, just like y'all following Trump, they perished.
Bingo.
That Red Sea opened, they all perished.
Bingo.
So you better be careful of who you idolize and who you follow.
Yep.
Because
and we all can see it.
They're gonna take you down a road of you don't want to go.
Bingo. I mean, how many miracles have you had to see before you realize who's in control and it ain't Donald Trump? We literally came out of a nasty pandemic that Donald Trump was driving us deeper and deeper into. Thank God Joe Biden saved us. And your lives were spared. Tabby, you parked? Tabby, are you parked, Tabby? Your lives were spared. And you turn around and gave the devil your soul. God is not pleased with y'all. No wonder y'all crashing out like this. This is some sick stuff.
I got a favor to ask the chat, Zeus, and this goes for everybody, not just the folks that are listening to me and understand what I'm saying. I want everyone in the chat to put one who lost somebody in C-19.
I did.
I did. I don't want to put it in there just yet because it might interrupt my live. But I got C.
Look at all these people who put ones. If you lost somebody due to C-19,
you lost somebody to do the C-19.
I did.
And you know that something could have been done about it. Put a 1 in the chat.
And this is why a lot of us, when you say I was better off 4 years ago, you're sick. You were not better off 4 years ago when this kind of stuff was happening. You're sick people.
And y'all forget that this man played it down. Oh, it's a hoax. Oh, he did it for 6 months. Before y'all claimed that he put out the injection.
Yeah.
Y'all forget him say, "Oh, this ain't real. This not real." Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, Q Dog. Go ahead and baptize him.
Seeing my father 6'6", 280 pound strong man, the Superman that I know, go down to 130 pounds.
Wow.
To the point where I'm gonna say this. My mom passed away in 2002. If they were still alive today, they would be married 69 years. They got married at 2 years old.
Wow.
My father, 18 years later, still wore his wedding ring until the day it fell off his hand. That's real love. See, a lot of y'all folks don't know about real love. I'm from the era of watching my father open the doors for my mom.
Amen.
Pull out the chair.
Amen.
In the kitchen cooking for her.
Amen.
Cleaning the house when she don't feel good.
Amen.
Lay down in there.
Real love.
I got this. See, y'all ain't used to that. Y'all ain't used to that type of love. But what y'all used to is pushing that hate so hard that it's only affecting you to make you feel good. But guess what? That type of feeling is only temporary.
Bingo.
I hope you understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking down to you, but you got to answer to God on your own accord.
Bingo.
When it comes your time.
Bingo. All right, brother. Now listen, I gotta move it on. All right, but we ministered to some souls today, and I know some of them want to get saved, and we might have to bring you back up because I believe if we get one of them to come to repentance this morning, Q Dog, I'm gonna need you to come back up here so we can fire baptize them. All right, brother.
Oh, I'm here, bro. All day for you, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Q Dog. No lies detected. Yeah, show them some love. This is what we do. We tell the truth and we shame the devil. All right, all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my brother Q Dog. All right, we gonna move the show along. All right, Tabby, you said you were here, Tabby. Where are you at, Tabby? WQ Dog. Tabby, you said you were here, and you were parked. I want to give you the opportunity to confess your sins before you go on about your morning, Tabby. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here. All right, and this is serious business. I don't want anybody up here playing games right now. Your souls are on the line. We all know it. The cat's out of the bag. You've sold your soul to Donald Trump. I don't know how much it was, but you sold it. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and we will bring you right up here, all right? And we will help you get the cure and the treatment that you need to purge yourself of that MAGA demon. W. Shaylu. There you go. Okay, you can put "I love Trump" in the chat. Jose, come on up here. I'll talk to you, Jose. We'll purge that MAGA demon right out of you, and we will get you where you need to be. Oh, Lou. Oh, come on up here, Lou. Come on up here, Lou. Come on up here if you don't mind. We don't got all morning to do this. All right, we do the same show. Well, it's just as intense. All right, we do this daily. All right, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Through whenever, usually 9 a.m. Pacific time. All right. Joseph, come on up here, Joseph. Joseph, listen. I invited you up here, Joseph, and you declined my invitation. So let's guess what, mods. You know what to do to Joseph. This is a Russian operative. This is a Russian bot, and they have no voice in the kingdom. Oh, what did you say, Lou? Not allowed to go live at work. Okay, Lou. Well, then do us a huge favor, Lou and Joseph. Why don't y'all sit y'all special behinds down and just listen to this special broadcast? You just might learn something. All right. I don't need you to chime in and say anything, really. I just need you to listen because your soul's on the line. Big God for Donald. Okay, who's this MAGA demon right here? Kamala? Okay, come on up here. Come on up here right there. Kamala, you come up here. You're mocking Kamala Harris. Come on up here. All right. It's always these people that you got to really drill with in terms of getting to the demon. Sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, why?
Happy New Year to you. Well, because Donald Trump's our president.
This is the person that I've been wanting to talk to. You really are happy. You're really happy.
No, it isn't. They gave me nothing to choose from.
Is that how you're going to go out? You're going to take no accountability for your soul? You can't go to meet. You can't meet your maker and say that.
I'd rather say to my maker, I voted for Trump than Kamala.
Okay, and this is why I'm here right now. I'm here to catch you before you actually have that conversation and get you straightened out, all right?
Well, you were riding with Biden, and then they stabbed him in the back, and you went with the ding-dong?
No, that's the wrong narrative. What you need to understand is right now, you had two options. Do you choose the devil or do you choose man? All right, and man is not perfect. And guess what you did?
The man is the devil.
No. You chose the devil, Donald J. Trump. You had ample information and evidence to know that Donald Trump's works, they weren't of God. They were of the devil.
Is P. Diddy a bad person?
Did I ask about P. Diddy?
No, but you're...
And to answer your question, he is. To answer your question, he is. But guess what? Donald Trump hung out with Jeffrey E., right? Katie Johnson. So you got an issue with black men and them being bad. I get it.
No, if I did, I would say
well, pick somebody else that's not black.
I was going to say Bill Cosby.
Yeah, see, I know where your head's at.
Where?
You're being racist.
No,
you can't see Donald Trump as a bad person.
No. Some of your heroes.
You don't know who my heroes are. Well, I'm an American just like you. You don't know any of my heroes.
He was everyone's hero. He was my hero too.
All three people you brought up were black men. Don't act like I can't see that.
No, I was looking.
You just apologize. Just apologize. Listen, it's not even about that. The issue is your soul's on the line. Do you understand what you did by voting for Donald Trump? Your grocery prices are about to go through the roof. Do you know anything about do you know anything about tariffs and inflation?
Yes.
What do you know about them?
I know that he's not going to put any on anyone. He's saying it to say, fuck around and find out.
Wait. Now we keep it clean on the show because my mom watches, all right, and I got people who look up. Thank you. So do you know anything about how inflation or mass deportations are going to do how it's going to have an impact with your pocketbook?
Well, the mass deportation, anyone with half a brain knows that there's not going to be any mass deportation. Obama got rid of 500,000 in his best year. So let's say Trump doubles.
You don't mind if I bring up somebody to help us have this conversation, do you? About mass deportations and
2-on-1. Yeah, all right.
No. I tend to do the neutral role. When I bring a guest up, I go neutral and I just probe and ask questions, and then I make my decision. All right, but I don't like to give out bad information. All right, so what I'll do is we're going to help get to the bottom of how these mass deportations and tariffs and stuff like that are going to impact you. Hi, Val. How are you doing, bro?
How did I know it was going to be me? I just had a feeling.
You know how I work. You know how I work.
So I got. If you shaved your goatee, you remind me of what's it, Chad Johnson, that receiver.
Oh, please.
So
Rick, do you remember the Ali Shuffle?
The rope a dope.
Yeah, rope a dope.
Yeah.
Ali Shuffle. You remember that? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what you actually purchased.
I thought I was going to
talk about what you actually purchased on November 4th. So let's talk because I wanted to come up here and talk about what y'all actually purchased on November.
Can I finish?
5th.
Okay, wait, hold on, Val. Let's see. He wants to get it out there, but then we're gonna walk him through this.
Yes.
Okay, because you really are.
Oh, that was good how you didn't say dog walk.
Listen, Val is. I'm actually holding him back. You see the dog there? It's there for a reason.
Well, that's a golden retriever. He's a tamed little.
Okay,
he's a good dog.
Okay, well, you don't understand what's going to happen. So hurry up and please get it out so that I can listen to what Val has to say.
It'll take a minute, but
how long? How long? Because we can't do 5 minutes.
No, 45 seconds.
Okay.
Obama got rid of 500,000 in his best year. So let's say Trump doubles it to 1 million. He's only there 4 years. It's going to be 4 million. There's 20 million here. There's not going to be any mass deportation. Let's say we got rid of 10 million of them. Well, we'd have 10 million more than would normally be here. So when you say get rid of them, there's no way we're going to get rid of them. They're all here. There's 5 times more, no matter what, are going to be here. So he's going to get rid of the bad apples, the bad hombres, get them the hell out, and tell the other ones, listen, if you guys don't, your mom's here, so if you guys don't want to find out, don't get in trouble. Keep your nose clean, and we got other fish to fry here.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And what would you like us to call you? Because I don't like that name.
Jerry is fine.
Jerry. All right, Jerry. Val, you heard what he said. All right, bro. Can we get into what he's talking about and really unpack the lies and the deception that he's under?
I thought you were neutral.
He said hey, you walked into the live, but I mean, it's where do I begin with that whole statement? First off, sir, let's talk about the deportation numbers that you're giving. So, sir, how many immigrants do we have in this country from 2010 to current? What's the number?
I noticed when I talk to Democrats, you keep repeating yourself.
2010
think what you're going to say and say it.
Jerry.
Nobody knows how many.
Jerry,
I'm just going to use your name.
Nobody knows how many.
What do we use for numbers on that? Is there a place maybe we can get those numbers? Is there a place?
Can we have the conversation, Jerry? Come on.
As long as he doesn't keep saying the same thing over.
He's not.
He's not. I'm asking you a question.
We let you talk, and you didn't interrupt.
Watch him babble and stamble. Go ahead.
Okay, but listen, I've heard what you said before several times, but I let you get it out. You gotta play by the rules you created.
Now again, sir, what is the number of immigrants in this country from 2010 to current?
See, I already answered it. What is this guy? 88?
I didn't hear your answer.
We don't know. Nobody knows they're illegal. What are you, out of your mind?
Illegal? We don't know. Yeah, you're right. We don't know number of illegal immigrants.
Thank you.
Right?
They're robbing us
therefore, sir, but
blind.
we do know the number of immigrants that are in this country because they all get caught eventually. So it's actually about 14 million from 2010 to current.
Do you know how many people commit
Okay,
crimes and don't get caught?
so from 2010 to current, sir, about 14 million people.
Okay.
Well, how do these people get here? Well, they come across the border, they claim asylum. Some come on HB1 visas. There's a lot of different ways, right? There's a lot of different ways these people come over here. So
No,
we
some
actually
come
do
in
know the
illegally,
number.
sir.
He said that.
So, sir, we said
So
that.
how do you know if
So,
the
sir,
number?
when you gave your 500,000 number on his best year, you realize those are people that came across the border, were caught immediately, and sent back, right? You do realize that, right?
What's your point? We can't get rid of them all.
Those people came across.
Why do you say
They weren't
those
allowed
people, those
asylum
people?
or any way in, or
Jerry,
weren't on a visa
If you
program.
repeat
and
yourself
they
one
were
more
sent
time,
back.
I'm leaving.
Didn't
Jerry,
have paper.
Jerry, come
does
on.
it hurt? Does it
Jerry,
hurt?
Jerry.
I know he's got a
He's-
nervous tick,
Jerry,
but
let's
it's
talk
not
about
good for TikTok.
Jerry, let's talk about what's really going on, okay? So,
Why are you so defensive?
It's just it's weird when he goes so. It makes me nervous. It's like he doesn't even know how to speak.
Okay, well, listen, Jerry. I go to MAGA Lives all by myself, and I have to put up with a bunch of crazy stuff I don't like. At some point, you can't keep using this as an excuse to not know. You don't like the way it's being delivered. We get that, but please demonstrate you are capable.
I'm going to give him my best effort.
Thank you.
Not to repeat.
Thank you.
There's a reason I brought up the Ali shuffle.
He said just brought up 3 times.
Because, sir, when you walked into the room, you're talking about immigration, you're talking about people, and you're talking about people that are taking jobs from Americans, right? That's your main concern.
No, I'm the ones that are stealing, thieving, robbing us blind.
Oh, robbing us blind. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about immigrants. Let's talk about immigrants that are robbing America.
Stop saying the same thing over and
No,
over.
hold on, sir. You asked the question. You said robbing us blind. I'm going to talk about the immigrants that are robbing us blind. And I'm going to start with one immigrant that became an American citizen. His name's Elon Musk. So let's talk about this just a minute.
All right.
So Elon Musk laid off. Hold on, sir. Elon Musk laid off. Hold on, sir. Shut up now.
You can't talk.
My turn. I let you talk.
You haven't even let Val say anything. Every time he gets cooking, you are like,
he's not cooking. He's
oh no! Give me a
oil.
second, sir. Give me a second. You gotta let me talk.
There he goes, repeating himself.
Sir, my lord.
Lord.
I got him.
So
I had to do that.
Tesla laid off 2,600 people in the state of Texas on April of 2024. 6,000 people both in Texas and California.
Wow.
Okay. Now this is what y'all fell for.
Bidenomics.
Because now, hold on. Because now Tesla wants to replace those workers with HB1 visa workers. Okay, and they've already started doing that. Okay, this story broke on the 30th, sir, of December. See, this is what you actually bought. This is what you actually bought, sir. So now we have 6,000 workers without jobs, 2,600 in Texas, and he has now gotten an approval for 2,600 HB1 visas.
Wow.
Imagine
we're going to round them up and send them all back.
I'm going to read this out of the article.
It's like when you say
hold on, sir.
People, I'm giving away
read
TV,
this right out of the article for you.
Jesus Christ, Jerry.
The visa holder must maintain employment at the visa-sponsored retained work visa. The worker would have to leave the country if the employment ends for whatever reason. This has led to some criticism, as it gives tremendous power to the employer and can lead to the modern version of indentured servitude, sir. So this is what you actually purchased.
Thank you.
This was your vote.
Can I tell you my story?
This has been the argument. I don't care about your story, sir.
Well,
this
I
has
don't
been
care
the
about
argument
yours.
because you all
Wait
have
a
come
minute.
up here.
If you don't care about mine, I don't care about yours.
Yes.
But Jerry, remember, there's two audiences at least in here. There's people who agree with you and want to hear what you're saying, and then there's people that are agreeing with Val. I think in your position, you have to at least demonstrate you're able to have the conversation.
I'm done with that story. Go ahead.
Well, I wasn't, but I wasn't done with it. I think from what I'm gathering is what Trump promised you isn't quite panning out. Is that kind of where?
Well, I got used to it with Joe Biden. Why would it be any different?
Sir, I just told you.
You know,
You
the poor
voted
kids
for
are
what
just
you
as
voted
smart
for
as
what you
white
called
kids.
America first, right? America first. We're going to put jobs first, and then we had that conversation earlier in this live about black jobs, right? Well, what it really should have said was American jobs, okay? Because
All right, wait a minute. We went from migrants to jobs,
are
sir. Where
what
are you
is
going?
getting
You have to give
replaced
me a
right
chance.
now by foreign workers. You laid off 2,600 workers
I know
that
you
were
already said
American
that. Please
citizens
stop
and
repeating yourself,
replaced
sir.
them.
You sound like
You're
a
going to
fool.
replace them with
Replace
foreign
them?
labor.
Are they going to replace them?
Yes, that's what they're doing.
All right. So now that you're done with your story, now we can go to my story.
Oh,
Fair enough. Okay.
The migrants are robbing us blind.
You said that.
I know, $1.7 million in 7 counties. Go to Polk County Sheriff's Office and look. They found illegals that just came across the border are robbing us blind. A South American theft gang. They're just ravaging, and they're not only doing it to Americans, they're doing it to other migrants that are trying to do it the right way.
So that's the issue.
Well, look it up. Look it up. I see you looking it up. Tell us what it is.
What do you want me to look up? Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Polk County Sheriff's Office, South American theft gang, robbing us blind. That's my input on the last one. I just want you to verify that they're illegals, and it was $1.7 million in 7 counties. What the hell is going on? I don't hear
total values of theft from the 9 burglaries estimates 1.7. All right, so you're right. So Val, I do have concerns about what Jerry is bringing up. So he's making the claim.
Where's the illegal portion of this coming from?
It says illegals, and the sheriff.
Well, no. It says a group of 4 Colombians in the United States illegally are responsible.
Here we go, buddy.
Illegally are responsible for 9 high-end residential the crime is illegal. I don't know about their immigration status.
No, they are. Believe me, it's in my
All
neighborhood.
4 suspects were living in Winter Garden, Florida, in the United States illegally. Okay, so
you are in the middle.
Okay. So yeah. So my concern now is: do people who are here illegally take more, Val, from Americans, or do they contribute more? Because
they contribute more.
And $1.7 million, they ain't giving that.
Okay, because
we're all in agreement.
Wait. What's the 10-year estimated?
Wait, Jerry, I'm kind of trying to probe around now. All right, I wasn't kind of done. So I know there's good and bad in every group of people. Yeah, so I don't want to really focus on the small fraction of what's really going on, because I think that's disingenuous and it disenfranchises those who are here doing good things. So that's why I think we should also look at the other side of this, right? Are people in this country who are here illegally, are they doing good things, Val? That was my question to you. And
he's not going to go after those ones.
Wait. I'm just questioning how much are they contributing, because if you have them stealing 1.7, then I need to know what they're bringing in, and then I got to make my decision. Fair enough?
No, it's full of shit.
Wait, there you go again. You can't use that. You got to keep it clean. No, but these are my questions. So, Val, let me ask.
Again, I apologize.
Yeah. But let me get Val to at least give us the information about what people who are in this country are doing in terms of their country. No, I don't know. Let me contribute. Let me get my answers, bro. No. I was asking Val, but then I'll come back. Val, could you please weigh in on that if you don't mind?
$850 billion a year.
Wow.
If you believe that, you are a Democrat.
That's what immigrants bring into this country.
That's what. You maybe get some speech lessons. So here's
what immigrants bring into this country.
Jerry.
All right, so how much money did we give them for hotels and food since they've been here?
Sir, that would be $12 a day.
Where can you live for
$12 a day, sir? That's what comes from the federal government.
Where can you live for $12 a day?
Jerry,
$12 a day.
See how he's not answering.
But Jerry, I gotta just weigh in, Jerry. I'm just a simple person. To me, it just sounds.
say
It just
fail.
it just
First of all,
sounds
it's a girl's name, and second of all, no, you can't live in
no.
America for $12.
That's what the federal government gives to people
Yeah,
that
we
come
know,
in
but
on
they're
asylum
keeping them
payments.
in room and board, sir.
$12 a day.
I know. See how he's like a Democrat? Tell him that they can't live in America for $12 a day.
I agree, but I
You
just
can't buy McDonald's
okay,
for
okay,
$12.
but I don't know where they're getting the $12, but that's not enough. Okay, and I agree, but from what I'm understanding is, for the most part, and we gotta keep it general. People who are here illegally are actually contributing more than they're taking. That's just the way the numbers add up. Unless you got something, because I looked at your number.
No,
one
you're
point.
full of shit, sir. Because I'm sorry. I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute.
I gotta do it again. That's the effect when you use profanity on my show. But Jerry, honestly, you don't gotta get upset. I think this is an opportunity for you to at least, reconsider how you're looking at this. I'm not saying, what I really want to say, but I'm going 1.7 million. That's a lot. What, 4 people? But if you're talking about what millions of people in this country are doing, for the most part, they're helping America. And you have to agree with that.
You can't use a small number without looking at a total number.
All right.
Thank
So I
you.
realize that guy definitely has a problem because he can't say anything without repeating it. So we'll go past
I haven't
that.
repeated anything
You
once.
just said it. Every time you start a sentence, you go the same thing. Listen back at the recording. You'll be amazed.
Oh my Lord.
So anyway, let me get this straight. You take them on a bus. They can't even afford a bus ride. They're getting a bus from the
How
border.
many times you going to say bus?
Excuse me, sir. I didn't
No,
interrupt
I'm
you.
going to do the same thing you do to me. How
And
many
then
times are you going to say bus?
And then they get in a hotel room. And this guy's thinking a hotel in New York City is $12.
How did they get on that bus, sir?
They came over and said, "I want to come to America."
No, how did they get on that bus?
You didn't have to do that. See, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Silence! You matter!
Jerry, please.
Yeah.
You know you were wrong to do that.
To do what? To
Nope.
make a Mexican accent?
Yeah.
How is that wrong? What are you talking about?
This is why when you first got up here and you listed all the black criminals, I knew we had a huge problem. Remember that part of the conversation? Bill Cosby, P. Diddy.
All right, can I ask you a couple questions? Oh, here we go, because it's going to get real. And then you tell me if it's racist or if it's true. Are 1 in 3 American men convicted felons?
What does that even have to do with anything?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you a question.
You're
Answer it.
saying 1 in 3 American men are convicted felons. I don't
Why
think so.
why does he have to repeat himself? Just look it up.
Because I'm gonna be honest, Jerry. The question is bizarre. I think you should re-ask it. Could you let me ask it? Let me ask it this way. Let me clean the question up for you. Are 1 in 3 Trump supporter men convicted felons? If I had to roll the dice, I'd say yes. I'd say yes. 1 in 3 Trump supporters, especially the men, definitely. They got something going on. Because look at their leader, Donald Trump.
Yeah,
how many times was this man indicted? And you all voted for him. You all participated in an insurrection in one way or another.
No, sir.
So
it's 1 in 25. It's 1 in 25 mega supporters are.
Show us the statistics. Show us the statistics.
No, wait. I'm going in it. I want it because if I show it, then you're going to get mad and kick me off. So what it is it's 1 in 25.
Did you write it on a piece of paper?
Excuse me, sir. No, I didn't. No, I have this.
He has no proof.
All right.
So, Jerry.
It's 1 in 3 black men in America are convicted felons.
Prove it.
You can look it up. Oh, my God. You go to FBI files. Go anywhere.
Oh, the FBI. We don't trust the FBI because the FBI says a lot of things.
No, it's because.
Do you believe the FBI? Wait.
All of that.
Jerry, do you believe the FBI?
All right, so, sir, you're
saying.
saying.
Jerry, if you believe the FBI, then you know where I'm going with this. You know Donald Trump's a convicted felon. He's a criminal, and he's a.
But you can't hold anything against convicted felons because 1 out of 3 black men in America are convicted felons.
Whoa! Now that changed.
Wow.
Yeah,
show us the statistics.
I can't believe you don't know
Okay,
it.
so it's a lie.
true.
All right, it's a
No,
lie.
I promise it is. Look it up right now.
Jerry, you
Look
know
it up
what?
now, sir.
I'm not
Look it
going
up
to.
now.
I'm not going to let you get up here and use
It's
that
the
little
truth. All right,
paintbrush, and try to
so
blanket
anyway, so
all
you're
black men
saying
as criminals.
no,
Jerry,
I'm not. Sir, I'm
you
not.
one
It's
in
the
three Trump
truth.
supporters are criminals. I get it. All right. Thank you, Jerry, for the statistics. And again, I knew it because look at how many people got arrested, all right, and prosecuted for that attack on the Capitol on January 6th.
Yeah,
Almost
I
over
about January
16.
6th. Can I
Over
give you my
16.
take on January 6th? I would
Absolutely
have called
not.
it. I would have called ahead. I would have said, listen,
Jerry,
there's a
Jerry,
bunch of
Jerry,
fat old white men walking 2 miles an hour. We got about an hour and a half to prepare. What do
Jerry,
you want to do?
Jerry, Jerry. You know what? I got to
Let's
move the
lock the
show
front
on.
door.
I got to
I
move the
dog
show
walk you
on.
bitches. Oh, I said I didn't mean to say that
There you
word.
go, Jerry.
I
Don't
dog
worry.
walked you. I
Yeah,
dog walked you. I dog walked both of you. Thank
you
you.
did. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Jerry has left the building possessed with the MAGA demon. He tried his best to contain it, but his racism, his bigotry was just showing the moment we brought him up. And Val, he couldn't handle your facts. So, Jerry, this is for you. May you rest in hell in the lake of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge round of booze and chain.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
I think what makes me laugh more than anything else is that these people come up here, and when you tell them what Musk is doing and how they are actually replacing U.S. jobs
Yeah.
with foreign workers that America can actually hold and was holding good paying jobs, and they're replacing them with foreign workers that are going to work for less and don't understand what's actually happening. This is the problem.
Bingo. No lies detected. W Val in the chat. And Val, did you notice you didn't even have to say much because it was so pure, the truth, that it just he had an allergic reaction to what you were saying. I've never seen anything like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're seeing that reaction. I mean, he's actually dumber than most of the supporters. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
most of them right now on X are firing back at this very thing because
Yeah.
this is exactly what they said he wasn't going to do. So he's not only in the MAGA cult.
Yeah, Jerry, you're behind. We know more than you. We know more than you, Jerry. You are so far behind where the movement is at. You don't even know they're upset with your dear leader. Sick.
It's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be down in the bottom if you need me again.
All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, W Val in the chat. No lies detected. No, user, I don't spread hate. I spread a lot of love. You see what I have to deal with? You see what I deal with every time. It never ceases to amaze me. We bring a Trump supporter up here and their racism, their bigotry, their xenophobia, and they're pure evil. The demonic, the demon inside of them reveals itself. All right, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for quite a while. I know how to get the demon to reveal themselves. All right, and if you're triggered about the way that I'm running my show, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
W. Rick.
you hate our country.
W. Rick in the chat.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
User, you said I sent you through 3 guys. What did he say? Wait a minute. This user, he said something ridiculous. Where is this at? I sent you through 3 guys making you out to be a racist. Okay, so all right, let me clear that up for you, user. Zeus, I don't have the power to make you look racist. All right, but you have the power to make yourself look racist. All right, so what I need you to do, user, right, is I need you to go to a bathroom. And I need you to look at yourself, all right? And you know what you should do? You should play that Michael Jackson song, Man or Woman in the Mirror. I don't know what you are, but play Man in the Mirror and listen to those lyrics, all right? Until you cry, All right, because if that's what happened when you got in the box on my show, that means this is an opportunity, honestly, for you to get some help in terms of addressing the racism that you got going on. And trust me, that's just the tip of the iceberg with you Trump supporters. You're not just racist. All right. We've talked about the misogyny. We've talked about the so-called you being a patriot. Think about what you did and how you continue to this day, to enable people to believe. Lisa, are you talking to the Trump supporters or are you talking to Big Zeus? Because I gotta know. I seriously gotta know. I don't understand why someone who disagrees would show up to this live. Yeah, Trey, you know why they show up? I'll tell you why. Because these people are living in darkness, right? Lisa, if I invite you up, Lisa, and you don't accept my invite, I'll tell my mods to go ahead and put you in a straitjacket. All right, we don't let Russian bots come in here and spam the comment section and pollute the chat. All right. Oh, look at this guy. Dust in the wind. Oh, dust in the wind. I was going to ask you to come right on up here. I was going to help you get to the bottom of whatever it is you were dealing with. All right, because you know what we do. We drill, baby, drill. All right. Let me bring up the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. One of my friends, dear Cece. Yeah, Dusty. Hi, Cece. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My good friend Cece. Hey, Cece. How are you?
How's the most handsome, honest,
I'm doing
and
all
humble?
right. I'm all right. Happy Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays and Happy New Year to you. I didn't get to talk to you, but you're doing
Thank you.
okay?
I'm getting there. There's been
Good.
some
Good.
issues.
You're staying out of trouble though,
But
right?
oh, never,
Mm.
never. Are you
Fair enough.
kidding me?
Fair enough.
No,
I
no,
get it.
no. Zeus, what's wrong with people?
Mm-hmm.
These people won, Zeus. Did they or did they not win? I just listen. I don't
Yeah.
go in anywhere.
Right.
And to hear these grown men, especially grown men,
Mm.
not only talking to, well, not necessarily the women, but the younger creators,
Yeah.
and the things that they say to these young men is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You people won. Why are you still crying?
Mm.
Why is it so hard to face the truth? Look, what do we have to lose now, Zeus? We have nothing to lose now. They got what they wanted. Why would you come up here for 3 hours a day to lie?
Yeah.
You're putting it out there. You're putting the truth, and there's so many of you guys that are putting the
Amen.
truth out there. But they're sick. They're sick. Some of the sickest stuff I've ever heard in my life. And Zeus,
What's that?
I try not to I don't want to think this way.
Go for it. But you got to get it out. Say what you got to say. These
I
people need to be, as far as I'm concerned, they need to know the truth before they end up meeting their maker, because you don't want to give them any excuse to justify, living the life that they've been living, right? You got to make sure that it's
yeah.
on record. We told them the truth.
And what hurts me the most is, for me to get ready and say this is because it affects so many people that don't deserve what I'm about to say. But I hope that he fails the next 4 years. I truly do.
You
I
hope when you say you hope he fails, you're saying you hope Donald Trump fails in terms of,
totally.
you don't want him to do the mass deportation, or you want him to do the mass deportations.
No, I don't. What he's suggesting is absolutely ridiculous and sick. I
Yeah.
don't believe it's going to happen. I truly don't believe. You know what? Fear is power.
Mm.
Fear is power.
Yeah.
See, that's what he's done. He's put fear
Mm.
into so many people. That gives him even more power.
Yeah. Especially his base. I think his base is terrified of him. That's why they
I,
go
I
along with everything he says, even though it's always a contradiction, right?
I've always said that I feel like he has something on somebody, on not someone but several. You
Yeah.
know, I feel that he has some. Of course, there's enough dirt on him, for sure,
Yeah. Yeah, he's
plenty of dirt.
You think
But
he's
I just
compromised or something? You think he's done something very nasty and they got it on record or they got it on film and they're blackmailing him perhaps?
there's something, Zeus. There's something.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something. It's just in my gut. It's in my gut. And what's going to happen today with the speaker? What are they
Yeah.
going to do? They're going to bring Mickey Mouse back because that's exactly who he looks like, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, but no, when I'm gonna miss Biden so much.
Me too.
It's just I'm totally gonna miss him so much because that man turned our country around. And to sit and listen to these demons
Amen.
say that what has he done? He's done nothing. It sickens me. So you know what, MAGA?
What's
MAGA,
that?
for the next 4 years, MAGA, hope you suffer.
Bingo, bingo, WCC in the chat.
Hope you suffer. They wanted it and they've got it, Zeus. So, I'm sorry for all of you who don't deserve the bad stuff that's coming. I'm totally sorry for you, but you MAGA rat demons, hope you get everything you ask for.
Bingo. No lies detected. I mean, look at what CC is saying. Look at how all of you have done our country by voting for Donald Trump. Wow. Thank you,
Yeah,
CC. Thank you
thank you,
so
Zeus.
much for that truth. Ladies and gentlemen, WCC in the chat. MAGA rats, yeah.
It's good to talk to you. It's been a while. I just got a new phone, so that it's taken me a while, and plus other things on
Oh.
top of that. So
Oh, so that was
now
your
now
Christmas
I can.
present.
Hey, yeah, and you can tell. Don't forget your little buddy there in Chicago.
Oh, I haven't heard from him. I think he's running from you
Really?
because
Is
you
he in
said that
hiding?
yeah, he owes you, right? Snuggy,
He
he owes you.
does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
hiding right now.
That shows no respect for a woman. He has respect for you because you look what you did. You sent him his steak that you made a
Yeah,
bet on.
yeah, I
Zeus,
did.
I bet him that Matt Gates was going nowhere.
Wow.
I won the bet,
Mmm.
and
No.
he refused. He won't even pay me a damn hamburger.
Wow. Shame on
That's
you.
sad.
Shame on you, Snuggy. But that's what they do. They lie, CC. They lie like
Oh,
their father.
it's sickening. It's
Yeah.
it's totally sickening. But you know what?
What's that?
The best is yet to come for him.
Bingo. Bingo. Yeah,
Love
you're
you,
right.
buddy.
All
Good
right.
talking to you, and you
All
have a
right.
wonderful weekend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. WCC in the chat. No lies detected. All right. Let's see. Look at the. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. All right, and you want to get up here and try to have a serious conversation about your soul. I stand on it, and a lot of us do. You're possessed with a demonic force, a demon, and you're on your way straight to hell. To be quite honest. And if you want to get it right, you got to get honest and start telling the truth at some point today. We're going to tell you if you're being racist. We're going to tell you if you're being misogynist. We're going to just ultimately, we're going to help you understand you're a terrible person because nobody, one, but not coming up. Come on up, Daniel. Come on up here, Daniel. That's an invite to come right on up here, Daniel. All right. So why are you here, Daniel, then? Daniel, answer the question. Why are you here? Why do you insist on being at the feet of Zeus and hearing and learning all this information on a daily basis? Why come here if you don't want to have that conversation? Are you afraid? Are you afraid, Daniel? I know it's hard for you to process what you did this November. All right? You set yourselves up for failure. Just like Mike Johnson. Look at Mike Johnson. He thought it was just going to be a smooth ride for him, but now he's fighting for his political career. Wait a second. Alter Ego says, what did you say? Why don't I call you won't ever call your own bigots or racist? It depends, Alter Ego. It depends. Context matters. If you got an example, let me know what you're talking about. All right, because right is right, wrong is wrong. Let me bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for G-Man. G-Man, where did you go? I invited you up, G-Man. Where did you go? All right, all right. Let me see. Who is this right here then? Oh, G-Man, I see you back. I'll bring you up next. Good morning. How are you?
How you doing this morning, man?
I'm all right, all right. What brings you to the show?
I hear you. I hear you getting your breakfast in this morning.
Yes, sir.
I figured I'd come over and see if I can grab a slice of that bacon off your plate, man.
Well, you can grab a slice of the bacon, but off of my plate. But there's definitely a lot of bacon to grab for you. So make sure you fill up. All right.
Listen, I have gotten my hands. I just posted. I've seen you. I came in to you a couple of times. Zeus, you hot. You on point. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's nice feedback. A lot of people wouldn't say that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, I'm just speaking from the bigger picture of it all. As another up and coming creator myself, you on point. Seriously.
Thank you.
Just keep tucking and ducking. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
When you open up,
slam. There you go. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
When you open up, make sure that your chin is guarded and your jab is sharp.
Oh,
snap it, twist and the turn, baby. You know what I'm talking about. I see your head moving. You know what I'm talking about.
I see what he's doing. I love all of you too. I mean, this is, you know what? It's nice when people like yourself come up here, and I assume you're being genuine, right? And just give your real opinion about it. Some, whether you like it or not, I do kind of pay attention to that stuff just because it lets me know kind of the direction I need to go. So I appreciate that. I didn't ask you to do that, but you did it, so thank you.
I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna team up with you. I like teaming up. I like teaming up with people that aren't afraid to talk about the tough stuff, man.
Bingo.
And even more so, able to talk about the tough stuff with discord.
Yeah.
That right there is everything to me. I'd rather not. I have heard some panels with some extraordinarily great conversations in it, but you can't hear nothing. You can't get nothing out. You can't receive anything that you're talking about. And I read too much and I study too much and I analyze too much and I'm not speaking bad about them, but
about who? The Trump supporters?
Yes, a lot of those. Even some of our panels are like that too. And I get on them about that and get backlash from our part as well. But I tell them all the time, don't talk fair if you're not going to be fair across the table. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to waste brain power because we're coming in with a skewed vision that you want to defend, and I'm not interested in defending anyone's particular position, especially if it's not in the overall benefit for all of us. And I'm talking about from the person that picks up the garbage on the side of the street to the person that's sitting up in the top of that penthouse up there. If it's not all inclusive with us, regardless of what we so choose to do with our personal time, I am not interested.
So let me ask a question then. What is your opinion about Donald Trump and his win?
It's a business move, as always.
Mm-hmm.
He has ripped down the American brand and retagged it with Trump. It's no longer the American flag no more.
Did you give him your vote?
Never.
What about did you? So you voted for Kamala, I would imagine.
I couldn't because I'm currently on felony probation for. So I think that once Mr. Trump is in, I know that he can't change anything from a state from that office. But I think I might actually send him something on Truth Social and ask him, is it even remotely possible that you could give a nod and a wink, you know what I'm saying, and see if we can get my record knocked down, Mr. Trump. Being that we have somewhat of a shared history in the criminal justice. I figured as a fellow, occupant of that space that you would, throw a crumb down to the small man.
Bingo. I mean, I guess you gotta shoot your shot, bro. I get it. But in terms of a lot of his opinions and his beliefs, it sounds to me like you don't really agree with him on all that stuff. Am I correct?
You are absolutely correct.
All right, that's what I wanted to know, Slam. I mean, seriously. Right now we are engaged in what I like to refer to spiritual warfare. All right, and it's happening right here on social media, especially over here on TikTok. You have people who worship Donald Trump, but they don't want to admit that's what they do. You have people who they should admit, like, yeah, I don't have a problem with felons, right? But they'll vote for one, but then turn around and try to make Joe Biden and his son seem like the worst people on the earth. Isn't that something?
It's crazy. That is insane.
Hey, that's my favorite article. Go ahead, speak to this. And this, listen up to you Trump supporters that like to talk about President Biden and his influence peddling. Listen up.
I heard about this in my feed, and I said to myself, I said, okay, here we go, another rabbit hole, right? You know how the rabbit hole is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I pull the grass away and I look down in there and I fall into this hole, right?
Got
So
it.
I get to the bottom of this hole and lo and behold, I fall on a bed of cabbage.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so I pulled it out. I haven't done anything on it just yet, but this is the one that's the 2024 report of how Donald Trump sold his position and rebranded the American name right here in this document right here. There are several different people that are saying that it's been fabricated, that I wrote this document and produced it myself. As you can see, I have
you didn't.
the entire front page of the document on screen with sites. If you feel that if though this is disinformation or misinformation, please go and check the site accordingly.
I've looked at this report. This is 100% actual, factual. This is where it shows Donald Trump was getting paid from over 20 different countries through his properties, China being one of the biggest countries to pay him, one of our adversaries. But they then turn around and say, guess who's the real criminal? President Biden. Did they have anything like this on President Biden?
Never. I haven't seen anything coming from the Republican House with regards to anything like that. Nothing at all. And believe me, you, Zeus, I haven't went through all of it because it's big, if you know what I mean. It is huge.
Yeah.
I am bound and determined to find the opposition's argument in the top. Out the gate. Out the gate. I want to suppress that argument out the gate. I want to suppress the disinformation. I'm not looking to beat them down or bash them or do any of that. I'm purely concerned about, we don't have to like each other, but one thing that we do have to do is we have to have enough respect for each other to respect each other, if that makes sense.
Well, here's the thing. It does, but where we're at in the battle right now, I would say introductory, yeah, that might work. But when you're fully engaged in this warfare we're dealing with and you got a demonic force the way that we have, you come to a realization these people are hypocrites. And
Preach now.
everything, I have this saying, every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. So they will literally come up in my box and they'll accuse me of being a race baiter, right? They do these things. And guess what then happens? They'll bring up all these things like Bill Cosby, P. Diddy, Barack Obama. But really, it's them that's the race baiter. You get what I mean?
Telling the truth, Zeus, I have come to find out that when we present the ugliness of what has been going on and how he ran that campaign and the kind of people that gravitated towards him with regards to their racist ideologies and their selfish point of views, he sparked that crowd. And he is the figurehead for that. He absorbed every and anything that could potentially have a positive impact on him getting inside of that White House. And now he has finally crash landed in the driveway at the steps of the White House, inflamed. So I don't see anything good with him. I haven't been involved in politics this deep.
What do you think about I didn't want to cut you off, but we got to kind of move on. But I did have another question real quick. I've spoken to a lot of black folks who supported Donald Trump. They voted for him. What are your thoughts about what would make a person that should be familiar with the struggle, so to speak. You know what the struggle is, right? Knowing that this man, the triple K's, as my good friend Q Dog likes to say, right? The triple K's. Where'd you go, Slam? You got a phone call? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess. Oh, you there? Are you there?
I'm
Okay.
still here.
Okay, yeah, because you got the
Some
teacup
issues
on.
with my mic.
It's all good. It's all good.
So
But what would
I'm trying to fix my mic real quick. Hold on. I can hear you. You probably can't hear me though.
I can hear you. Slam, I can hear you.
Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question was, and you might be able to give your opinion on it, but what would make a black person that's supposed to be familiar with the struggle, what our ancestors went through, what do you think happened to make them decide it's okay to vote shoulder to shoulder with the racists out there?
Financial. I am noticing that right there, because they kind of align with some of the national ideology. Overall, I don't think that they truly do. It was more of, I'm going to take the lashing to survive via the stuff and the crumbs that'll fall down. Wow. As opposed as if I resist and unalive, I have the choice of absolutely nothing.
Oh.
So in that conundrum right there,
that's
is
deep.
What it is. That's kind of where I'm stuck at on that.
That's deep, brother. That's deep. I gotta meditate on that, but I appreciate you. All right, Slam. I gotta move on.
Yeah, appreciate it, Zeus.
Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube W Slam in the chat. No lies detected. Oh my gosh. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we just did is we just diagnosed Black America. Those of you who voted for Donald Trump, you're so broke, you're desperate. And in your active, because you don't make good decisions when you're emotional and you're desperate, right? That's what happened. And Trump played one of his greatest hit records for your behind, and y'all went along. You know what I got to do, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go ahead and throw the Black Trump supporter straight into the lake of fire. Let's give them a huge round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Y'all gonna wake up and realize you actually are in a worse situation than you are before. At least with Joe Biden, you had someone actually out here trying to do the right thing. All right, if you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. All right, we'll take care of those taxes. We'll help you get to the bottom of whatever is bothering you, but you got to be willing to be honest. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. All right, put a 1 in the chat. Someone says, yep, I'd rather eat breadcrumbs. Oh, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, you want to talk to Big Zeus today? What's going on?
Hey, Happy New Year to Zeus and his cult. How you doing?
I don't need none of those well wishes. What's going on? You put a 1 in the chat. I would imagine something happened. Perhaps the truth got to you, and you're really starting to recalibrate what's happening in your life.
Oh no, I don't listen to anything you say. I just come for the clown show. But so, are we going to start the new year by admitting that you're a paid shill?
Oh, if it was true, I would have been admitted that.
Well,
but how about
you
this?
seem to wear a lot of Nike stuff. I have a feeling Nike is promoting you.
All right, now that's actually hilarious. Let me get straight to it.
Every day you wear Nike stuff.
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. You do what you want when you're popping. All right, now let me get straight to you. All right, you haven't said a single thing about any of the stuff that's been happening since that ball dropped.
I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
The Cybertruck incident doesn't affect you?
Nope, doesn't affect me. Nope.
Really, the New Orleans thing doesn't affect you?
Nope. I don't know anybody there.
What about the H1B visas? I'm pretty sure a person like you could use one of those high-paying jobs.
Oh, no, I don't need a high-paying job. I'm happy with where I'm at.
So you're okay with his H1B visa program? We basically not giving Americans a job and giving it to people from other countries. You're okay with that? I thought it was
Sure, why
America.
not?
I thought it was America first.
Well, we bring immigrants in every year from different countries to
So it's okay
fill in
then.
as long as they come legally. Yes,
Yeah, but these people are actually taking well-paying jobs. Have you seen
but
what these people
we're not
make?
worried about that. We're worried about the ones that come in illegally.
No, you should be worried about both, right? It's supposed to
No.
be America. So no America first.
No, America first. Yes, we're bringing in those people to help America. The ones that come in illegally aren't helping America.
I knew you would eventually see it. But I want to correct you on something. The people who are here, as you say, they're not here legally. It turns out they're actually helping America too. But you just don't realize it because you're blinded by hatred. And you do understand that, right? Because let's just be honest. Do you want to get out there and do some of that hard
I'm not
work?
the one
these
that
people-
belittles, degrades, and try to embarrasses all the guests.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I
yes, you
don't.
do. You.
No, I
That's
don't.
the first thing you did. You got in the box and you made a disrespectful remark about me and the people who tune into the show. And actually, you called it a clown show. The only
Yes,
clown
it
show.
is.
Maybe I need to go back to my January 6th bit where I used to remind folks like you.
Well, you
that
were. I'm glad you got off the one subject thing. So you
no,
were
because
a one
but
subject
hold on,
clown,
hold
so-
on. Let me stick to doing all the talking because you don't know what you're talking about. It is a circus. the MAGA cult.
For
It
you,
is a
yes,
circus. No,
yes.
because he
And
does.
so is the-
I
so
got to
is the
do
Kingdom
it.
Cult.
No,
So-
because Donald Trump does exactly what a
The
clown
Kingdom
does.
Cult is a clown show.
Okay, see what I'm saying? He does exactly what a clown does. All right, and you know it. You worship a person that paints his face orange, just like a clown. He puts that bird's nest right on his head. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Put a one in the chat if you believe he should have kept his camera off. All right, and I'm doing this out of an abundance of love for you, Tiny Tank Top Temp. Could you please put a one in the chat if you believe he should have left his camera off? All right. You see this? You see this? Don't do that again, Tiny Tank Top Tom. Please don't ever turn your camera on without giving all of us a heads up, a warning. All right, because never mind. You know what? I'm going to be nice. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for putting the ones in the chat. Let me bring up my next guest. W's in the chat from my good friend G-Man. Hey, G-Man. How are you doing?
What's up?
There you go. There you go. Wow. Happy New Year.
I wish that Billy Bob before they came in, he wish he was this good looking. I'm a lot older than you, Billy Bob. Now you say you don't come disrespect. I saw you disrespect the host live.
He did.
Have you forgot you disrespect True Rican Live too, trolling for that Snuggie person? Do your wife know that you had a little tendencies? Besides, like Snuggie, you like your fan Snuggie? You went to my homeboys live and tried to troll disrespect because he was roasting Snuggie.
Oh, True Rican, he was getting on him like that? Yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
True Rican. Thank you.
Easy
merch.
Once you come here in person and tell that in my face. A little bit old school. See, you deflect because Trump, I'm born and raised in New York. I try to tell your Billy Bobs and Becky's that Trump don't give a flying F nobody by himself. Look at his controversy to his flaws. But deep down inside, you don't want to hit that. Tiny Tip, Billy Bob, whatever your name is. I mean, God, I know you probably your old lady see this dude. I said, damn, I want a taste of this, that, and the flavor.
Ooh,
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Get him, G-Man.
You do not. You do not. You don't want to get smoked by yours truly because listen here.
Let's go, G-Man. Get him. Woo! W and in the chat.
This is the new year. This is. I'm gonna tell you from the heart. This is a little bit personal.
Okay.
What happened on day number 2 this year?
Okay.
If you didn't pay attention, there was a bomb threat at I-85 in Greenville, South Carolina.
What?
Yes. Yes. Wow. It advertised. I find out from hearing this app, and I look it up, and it will say. So I contact my daughter because she works. Her route is her job she lived in Spartanburg.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the way
yeah.
down to Greenville. It's not too far.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
was concerned as a father around 6 in the evening. Find out she told me she was off. Everything is okay. But how about it? It has not. I was stressing out. Couldn't sleep a little bit because I was more concerned.
Yeah.
People doesn't matter what aisle you fall to. You gotta watch your surroundings because people are nutted up acting stupid for go cuckoo for cocoa puffs. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
do. They do
Look
go
at your
cuckoo for
surroundings, man, because
Yeah.
this is gonna be a crazy year. This is day 3 right now.
Yeah.
Imagine that word about me. Just keep in touch with your loved ones, your family members, your co-workers. Keep in touch and look. And also, in your same time, look at your surroundings.
Yeah.
Now, Tiny Tim, like I said, you ain't ready to smoke with your dream man. I'm gonna roast you like I roast Snuggie. Snuggie can't handle me. That's why he probably blocked me and all this, because he tried to insult my character, said I don't talk English. He used the same strategy that Snuggie. So I think you and him little doing the side behind your wife back. I think your wife will look it up. So
Wow.
you're
Tiny
not gonna
Tank
say that
Top
in my
10,
face.
please.
You can't say nothing nice. Don't say nothing at all. But
Yeah.
right here.
Just be quiet.
Yeah, I could roast you, Tiny Tim, and I'm probably better shape and better looking than you anyway. But see, the other character, you want Van on it. Then what they always do, over talk,
Yeah.
deflect, insults, how you speak pattern on it. See, they use the same thing like to also as me.
Right.
Because you can't have your factose intolerance. Got that from Road Rebel. Factose intolerance because you don't want to hear no facts. Listen, listen here. Zeus and I agree majority of the time. Sometimes we might have to disagree, but I respect the man's house and all this.
Yeah.
If in doubt, just there's 2 things you need to do. Do your own research, find out if he provided information is legit or not.
Yeah.
And if you're a adult, sometimes you need to say that, oh, I do not know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But
Yeah.
some of your white ringers, Billy Balls, and some of your Beckys, just included, are too ashamed, too much pride that you want to admit that you're wrong. Especially to a person of color like this, because you don't want to think he knows more than you do.
Yeah.
Actually, Zeus does know a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of creators I follow, the different walks in life, different point of view, that more than me.
Bingo.
See, so I had nothing new. So I said, okay, make her find out that tell them the truth.
You go look it up and find
Tiny
out
Tim
whether.
and
Yeah.
Snuggie, you need to do the same thing.
Tell them, G man.
Instead of insults and name calling, because you're the lost cause anyway.
Yeah.
But Zeus,
Yes,
that's
sir.
why basically came here over here. I had to give it a gift because you doing the talking for me. You got better patience like that. I saw
Thank
you
you.
went to the MAGA live.
Yeah.
And my blood pressure was blowing up.
Oh,
and
no.
I tried to say, how you and was it the other
Heaven. Heaven was there. Then Q Dog came in later.
The
We was
moderator dropped her because they don't want to hear the truth.
bingo.
And how? I mean, you represent somebody because I belong gone. I probably get this thing banned because I will go off like a true New Yorker would be. But
Yeah.
you represent me. Keep what you're doing, your passion.
Thank you,
Don't
brother.
worry about these Billy Bobs because we in the find out stage.
Bingo.
And get ready.
Get ready, ladies and
Get
gentlemen.
ready. So I'm
WG
gonna
man.
let you go, Zeus. I know you've been here part of your time.
All right.
I want your 2025 pleasant and everybody else. And believe it or not, I'm independent. Yeah, I have empathy to other people besides myself because I'm not freaking selfish as some of your Billy Balls and Becky daughter.
Bingo.
Right?
Bingo.
Peace, my brother, and keep with a passion on it.
All
And
right,
tell
all right.
Ian's, and Van, Bounce, and all this. Thank you for information, digital.
Yes.
Get
them. Look at all the love. You guys got love for G-Man. G-Man.
Everybody, keeping that for me. And Twilight. Shout out to Twilight Dollars, too.
All
You're
right.
all awesome. And
Amen.
Motive Mike.
All right.
Motive
Motive Mike.
Information that everybody else, I can't in the name. I'm sorry. Thank you. I might
You're
have
hot.
to drop let somebody else coming in there. I don't want to hijack your live, man. Just do what you
It's
gotta
okay.
do best, my friend.
It's okay, G-Man. Ladies and gentlemen, G-Man. No lies. No lies detected. Yeah, you see what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever said that we push hate and that this is a clown show, and you know exactly who you are, all right? You know what I got to say.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I really do mean that, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know about it, I need you to go look up this story about it's a situation that's happening in Africa. All right, these people in Africa are being tricked into going to Russia. All right, over a dozen Ghanaian men were promised security and agricultural jobs in Russia, but they ended up at the front lines of the Ukraine war. And I say this to you Trump supporters out there because you know what? I think that instead of them doing that, you all should go to Russia. All right. And that would be, to me, the proper way to deal with so-called patriots like you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's give these Trump supporters who continue to stay in the United States and let Donald Trump do whatever he wants with them, while at the same time blaming the Democrats, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Kamala Harris, for all of their suffering. You should go to Russia. And they led an insurrection against the United States government. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a huge, huge round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Double D, please, I sent you an invite and you asked a good question. What has Donald Trump made you do? You want me to answer that?
Well, what does he about us do?
He's made y'all sell y'all country out.
What now?
Yeah.
What did he make us do?
He made you sell your country out in exchange.
How did he do that?
So he lied to you all about.
He lied about what?
The results of the 2020 election.
The 2020 election. Hell, we had the right damn fight for ourselves. And if we don't want the piece of shit in there, we take the motherfucker out.
Ooh.
That's the whole. At least we don't burn our own goddamn shit down like a fucking moron.
Wait a second. Now we don't curse on this show.
You're a fucking moron.
Oh, but
all y'all do is burn your own shit.
Well,
that's all y'all do.
Could you not curse?
I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. But see, that's your whole fucking problem, boy. You are a fucking problem. You don't tell nobody what the fuck to do. That's whole fucking problem.
I just told you what to do, you demon. And don't call me.
You're a happy asshole. Fucking.
Well. Listen, there's a power dynamic here, and you don't. Yeah. And you need to understand that between you and me, I'm the one with the power. You're powerless. You're powerless around Big Zeus. Yeah. You know that, right? You're powerless around Big Zeus. And so guess what, Double D? Since you don't want to control the demon, what I'll do is I'll help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, that previous guest, Double D, is fully possessed with the MAGA demon. He can't control his mouth. It's filthy. It's filthy because guess what he's probably just got done doing? Eating out of Donald Trump's dirty diaper. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send him straight to the lake of fire. And as a matter of fact, I don't think there's any hope for him. Double D, this one is for you. And I know what you were about to say, and it was going to be racist, but I cut you off because I know it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send him straight to the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge, huge round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation, you done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Yeah, and so again, if you're so happy, Double D, why so angry? You know you won, right? And let me answer your question. How did you sell yourselves out? So listen, he lied to you about the results of the 2020 election and got a bunch of you to meet him at the Capitol at an event called Stop the Steal, right? Which translated into around 1,600 or so of you having to do some real time in federal custody, right? Because you know what you did. And it didn't just stop there. You all continue to send this man all of your hard-earned money, right? Even though he's not going to deliver on any of the promises that he made during his campaign. He's not going to cap credit card interest at 10%. He's going to cut your Social Security. He's going to do mass deportations and tariffs. All of these things are a direct frontal attack on your wallet. And the funny part is you get up here and you say, I voted on behalf of my wallet. Well, I'm pretty sure right now, Double D, your wallet hates you. Yes, because what you did was you advocated for there to be less money in your wallet because of your blind loyalty to your dear leader, Donald Trump. So, Double D, again, here's another round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
Double D, you said something about freedom of speech. Let me see where is it at. Let me read. Who took your identity, your freedom, and your freedom of speech? Double D, I think you're asking that question out loud, and you're wondering who did that to you, and the answer is Elon Musk. You know you don't have a voice on his platform now, Double D, with that kind of rhetoric. You don't have a voice on his platform. He will go to war with you, and he called you subtards and a bunch of other nasty names. But you know what you didn't do? You didn't buck up against Elon. So stop acting like you're so tough, all right? And just do us all a huge favor and sit your special behinds down and just continue to listen to this special broadcast. We are saving souls out here, whether you like it or not. And there are Trump supporters who are already coming to their senses and realizing that Donald Trump lied to them. He took their money, he took their wives, he took everything from them, and he's nothing but an oligarch. He's just like all the other politicians. And for you to be a grown man and still be believing in Donald Trump, you might as well leave some milk and cookies out and wait for Santa Claus to come down the chimney. I tell you, I know you didn't graduate. All right, let me bring up the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen, because see, this nation is going down in degradation. Good morning, Brother Swervin. Good morning, Brother Swervin.
Good morning, Zeus. Good to be back in the kingdom after hiatus.
I know. How was your holiday break and all the other things you've been, had going on? Are you there? Uh-oh, it's muted. Swerve, are you there? Uh-oh, looks like he may have gotten a call. Mount Negro, nice to see you. Swerve, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Swerve? Swerve, are you there? We're having a little technical difficulties. Swerve, are you still there? I guess we're gonna have to move on. Maybe he got a call. All right. I don't know where you went, Brother Swervin, but hopefully you'll be able to come right back. Good morning, Lisa. All right, let me bring up the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. All right. Who do we got next? All right, good morning, Meredith. Good morning, how are you doing, Meredith? Welcome to the show. Nice to see you again. Hey. Huh?
I just wanted to come up and say thank you for all you do. And let me just tell you something. That one guy was just so ignorant, with these illegal immigrants. Dude, y'all need to go look up 8 USC 1158 and read the law, because y'all keep saying illegals. What they did was illegal by going across and not at a port of entry. It's actually a misdemeanor. So your dude, Mr. Trump, with his 34 felonies is more illegal than the people coming across the border.
Amen.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I just wanted to come up and say thank you for what you do.
No worries, and keep up the good fight. You and I, we were in that live, and boy, oh boy, you did an amazing thing. You actually got them to pick up information and actually try to read it. Have you ever, it's not often I get to hear Trump supporters trying to read and process information, so I wanted to thank you for that, seriously. W. Meredith in the chat. She had Trump supporters over there trying to read and process information. It's so hilarious watching them do that. And you get them to the same spot, right? Okay, so Joe Biden is what? He's a criminal? Okay, but you voted for one, right? Yeah. And there you go. Hip-hop.
They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, and they don't want to hear the truth.
Nope.
And then, they're all like, I asked them, the one thing that is like with that one thing, they don't want news articles, and I'm like, all right, fine, but then that's all they brought up was news articles, and they even brought something up from Fox, and that's exactly what I had. I'm like, how the What is wrong with you people?
It's okay if it's Fox and you didn't give it to them, but if the moment a Democrat gives them some Fox News, oh, we can't trust that. So you know how they play. They play football with basketball rules or vice versa. That's why whenever Trump supporters and they start trying to argue with me, I literally just check out mentally. I go ahead, say whatever you're going to say, because you're not dealing with someone who's reasonable, sensible, and logical. You're dealing with someone who's truly possessed and full of an evil spirit, and you got to work with them differently. All right, so don't let them get to you. All right.
No, I'm just if I don't come up or I mean I'll be in the comments listening and stuff more lately, but I got some stuff to deal with. So.
All right. All right. Well, you listen. I appreciate all you do and keep up the great work. All right, Meredith. Seriously. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. W Meredith in the chat. No lies. No lies detected. Yeah. All right. See, and again, you go to the lives on the right, and you can all go do this test on your own. All right. I guarantee you 99.99% of the lives that are successful on TikTok, right, are being ran by Democrat. The other percent isn't being ran by MAGA. It's a bunch of other people doing things on TikTok. All right. Trump supporters, they don't know how to be inclusive, right? They don't bring real information. They sit there on these apps, on TikTok. Why don't people want to come in and talk to me? Because you're miserable people. Yeah. You're a bunch of liars. Yeah, we all see it. Even the people within the cult know that about each other. That's why there's no unity. And you don't have a mandate, all right? Unless you're talking about Donald Trump and Elon dating each other. That's a mandate as far as I'm concerned. But you don't have a mandate to do anything. Honestly, you need the Democrats at this point, MAGA, in order to at least look intelligent and sound intelligent. We bring you up over here on our shows because part of it's entertaining, but the other side of it, this is a serious thing. This is a serious thing going on in our country. How on earth did we get into a situation as a nation where grown folks that know how to wipe their behind, right? You're supposed to know how to wipe your behind because that's what if you know how to wipe behind, that means your behind. That means you're supposed to have good sense. You know how to say you're hungry, right? You know how to say you're sick. You know how to call in sick. So, that means you understand how things work. You're going to sit there and let a man lie 30,000 times and go and vote for him. And these lies, these weren't white lies, as you like to call them. These were serious lies. He lied to all of us about the dangers of the pandemic after being impeached, but then he got impeached again. So that's 2 times he was impeached. You've seen the indictments, you've seen the convictions, and you still went and voted for him. And he asked you, weren't you better off 4 years ago? And your special behinds actually said yes. When are you going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? You would have never, ever had Joe Biden if Donald Trump wasn't such a terrible president. There would have never been a reason to have another person come in after him because it was crystal clear he was incapable of governing. It was crystal clear this man and his rhetoric was dangerous to this country. But y'all still somehow 4 years later forgot all about that because he programmed you to hate. You know what? Let's give these Trump supporters once again another round of booze and shame. You guys are sick.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Hey, Zeus, sorry about that, man. I got a phone call from my doctor. I appreciate you bringing me back up.
I understand. We work with it. Everything okay?
Yeah, actually, in spite of everything that's going on, I did get some good news a couple weeks ago. A genetic disorder that they discovered. It's in remission now.
Okay, that's good news. Good.
I still have to be on these drugs for like another 6 weeks. And they have devastating side effects when I take them. But you know what? At the end of this next 6 weeks, if it's still in remission, then I get to stop taking those drugs. So
nice.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Admir, relax. I've debunked you, Admir. You don't want to get up in this box because this is new turf you've never been on. Relax.
Yeah, Admir needs to just calm down. But what I wanted to say, and thank you everyone. I appreciate the well wishes from the kingdom, and it's good to be back in the kingdom after a couple of weeks of hiatus.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say, because when I came in earlier, when you were first starting, the MAGAs were like, well, what about P. Diddy? Okay, we don't worship celebrities. I don't care what happens to P. Diddy. If he fell off a cliff right now, I probably wouldn't even know what he looked like.
Bingo.
Okay, we don't worship these celebrities like they worship Donald Trump.
Right.
And it's always funny to me when you put evidence in their face. I was in a live yesterday morning, and the host was like, "Look, J.D. Vance wrote the foreword to Project 2025. Well, just because he signed his name to it doesn't mean he wrote it." I'm like, how could you? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, how could you be that willfully ignorant? He did write it. I don't understand how you can sit here and say, yeah, Donald Trump cares for black people, when he took one of the most prominent neurosurgeons in the world and put him in charge of the urban housing and development.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have been the Secretary of Health and Human Services? Right? I think he was qualified, but instead you take someone who has brain worms and all kinds of felonies, and you put him in charge of Health and Human Services.
Right.
This after the man actually stood in a city in Africa and told them, don't get the measles vaccine. And then they had a measles outbreak, and hundreds of them ended up losing their lives.
Yeah.
But that's who you want in charge of Health and Human Services in this country. A man who wants to actually stop any kind of medical research in this country for like the next 3 years. It's crazy to me.
Wait. Who is sad? Someone wrote Squash Blossom said yes. Oh, okay, I misread it. Okay, never mind. Please continue, Swerve.
It's okay, man. No worries. But
I get it.
I was listening to you read out the statements from MAGA.
Okay, yeah, on X.
On
Lie Central, yes.
Yeah, and they effed around, and now they're starting to find out. Because there's, the woman who was talking about the one statement you read from the woman whose husband lost his job as an engineer and talking about her savings might dry up in a couple of months. I immediately sat here and I said to myself, I said, you know what?
What's that?
You going broke, but at least you're not woke.
Hey! That's a hot line.
It is a hot line. And, I've taken lately to when they come up into my lives, because, I do my lives every day from 2 to 5. And they come up into my lives and they'll start to cut me off or cut off my co-host Twilight, who's just been amazing for me and such a huge help. I'll say, hey, I apologize. My bad. I'm sorry if the middle of my sentence cut off the start of yours.
Hey, man. Right.
So go ahead, because what you have to say is obviously more important than your question I was trying to answer. And listening to Tiny Tank Top Tim, Triggered Tom Turkey, whatever the hell he wants to go by these days.
Swerving. Somebody said, independent voter. What did Biden do for you? Answer that besides allow undocumented people in our country. He used the I word, but if you don't mind, please.
Yeah, I can answer that question easily. The PACT Act. The PACT Act, which I'm currently under screening for. He also gave my active duty military brothers and sisters the second largest pay raise in history. He also gave them the largest COLA allowance. COLA is cost of living allowance, which every active duty military personnel gets for uniform maintenance. Right.
Thank you.
And he did that.
Student loan debt forgiveness. So, independent voter, think twice before trying to bark up this tree with Brother Swerving. You don't want these problems. Relax.
And we got student loan forgiveness. We got the Chips and Sciences Act, which 2 plants are being built here in Ohio.
Amen.
Google has also decided to come to Ohio and build a cloud farm.
Amen. Infrastructure, insulin
facility in Ohio.
Amen.
When we talk about infrastructure, I love when they talk about infrastructure. They say, none of these projects have been complete. That's not Joe Biden's fault. Talk to your state.
Hey, man.
Because they've been given the money.
Yeah.
And you can go to their website. You can go to the infrastructure bill's website, and you can see where these projects are happening. So if you're going to sit here and complain about the fact that these projects have not been complete, and you think that's Joe Biden's fault,
amen.
Remember, Zeus, these are the same people who set out in Texas waiting for JFK Jr. to come back to life. These are the same people who will sit there and go, Obamacare was crap. Oh, okay. Where do you get your health care from? The Affordable Care Act.
Thinking.
Wow, that's Obamacare. So they lost all kinds of critical thinking skills.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
They don't research anything.
No.
Right. And then when you hit them with facts, they have all kinds of excuses. Well, that's left leaning. It's AI. It's this. It's that. You're taking it out of context. Like every single one of them is a Trump whisper. They believe when he says this, but they don't believe when he says this.
Amen.
Right?
Tell
but
the
he's
truth.
supposed to be a man of his word. Now, Zeus, let me ask you this. The gentleman you had on earlier today, when you and that gentleman and Val were talking about
Jerry
and immigrants, right?
Yeah, lying racist Jerry. I remember him.
And so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, it's funny. President Obama deported. I think his best year had 400-some thousand deportees. Right? They called him the deporter in chief. They made fun of him being the deporter in chief. But now that Donald Trump wants to do this mass deportation, they're perfectly okay with it.
Ain't that something? What changed? What's the difference between Obama and Donald Trump? I just can't wrap my mind around
They
it.
complained for the past 4 years about high prices.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that song. You may know it from old school rapping Duke. High tax and plenty Cadillacs. Da ha, da ha. Which means we're going to get high tax and
Tell them, swear.
get the Cadillacs.
Amen. Right? Yeah.
They're okay with these high taxes. They're okay with these tariffs. They're okay with paying more for everything now. Why?
Yeah.
Because they are in a cult.
Yep.
And when someone like Elon Musk tells us America is going to have to undergo some hardships, well, again, we have to think critically about that. Elon Musk has a few $1 billion in the bank.
Yeah.
What do you honestly think the hardship is he's going to have to go through?
Oh.
What hardship will he face?
I can't think of it. Maybe Donald Trump not texting him back in time. Something like that. Nothing major though.
Jen, believe me, I know about a lot of things. And please don't, if any of you ever want to challenge me, I'll be on my live at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to synchronize your watches, it's 11:47 a.m. where I live. So I'm going to skip the traditional double dog dare.
Yeah.
Straight to the cutthroat triple dog dare and challenge any of you to come to my live and try to refute me on any of this.
Bingo. Follow.
Because you won't come with facts.
Nope.
You come with your feelings. And
Bingo.
I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your anecdotal evidence. I want facts.
Thank you. Same here, because other than that, we don't got time to be your therapist. Seriously, we got a country to save. Well, listen, brother,
absolutely, sir.
We got to get up out of here. I'm looking at the time, and it's time.
Brother, yes, getting close to your time. I just want to say one thing. Thank you again, as always, for having me back in the kingdom. It's good to be back.
Amen.
I'm thankful for the good news I got from my doctors. I'm gonna keep on pushing.
Yeah.
And to all of my friends down in the kingdom, in the chat, you all be well, y'all be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
Amen.
I love you, Zeus. I'll see
love
you later,
too,
brother.
Bro. Ladies and gentlemen. Kingdom. All right, W's in the chat for Brother Swerve. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I got to get up out of here. All right, happy Friday to all of you. We survived another show. But you know what? This country, as far as I'm concerned, we're not really heading towards a good direction, unfortunately. We're getting closer and closer to Donald Trump taking over the reins of government and getting ready to send this country straight into a 1929 style depression. But you know what? To all of you who voted for Kamala Harris and voted blue, all right, and didn't support Trump, you know what? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Because You're advanced. You know how to think and see the problem before they come and get out of the way. But to the Trump supporters, unfortunately, you're in for a rude awakening, all right? Because your father, the devil, Donald Trump, he's going to milk you like you've never been milked before. WDeb in the chat. But before I get out of here, I want to give everyone who came up in the box who was brave enough a round of applause. Not just you, but also my subscribers, the gifters, the moderators, and the panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is every morning, right? Monday through Friday. We'll give you the round of applause. But I got to give one last round of booze and shame to the Zeus haters out there. And these are not just my haters. These are also your haters, right? You know exactly who they are. They get up and they spread lies and misinformation on a daily, especially out here on social media and in particular TikTok. You go into their lives, they're on the right, and they got pictures of Zeus, and they're just making fun of me, and they're talking about all of you and saying just some of the nastiest, meanest things. And why do they do it? Oh, because they're not successful. These people are miserable. They know Donald Trump is going to rake them over the coals, all right? And they know they're vassals of transgression, all right? W. Rick in the chat, all right? W. Little Miss in the chat. Let's give the Zeus haters, not just my haters, but your haters, our final round of booze and shame for the week.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and on that note, we are out of here. Do we want to do black jobs once again, or do we not want to do black jobs? What do we want to do, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, do we want to do black jobs, or do we want to go out the normal way? Let me see what you want to do. Going once, going twice, gone.
President. See. Sir, you must stick to policy. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built that they gave away $85 billion worth. Yesterday she got up, she started ranting and raving that Donald Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food. But they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs. And they're taking Hispanic jobs. Wow. And you haven't seen it yet, but you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history.
Hey, it's gonna be the worst in our history.
Worst in our history.
Wow.
The worst in our history.
Black jobs.
Worst in our history.
Hey.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second? Hey. You see, Brock? Hey! You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second? Hey! You see Barack Obama last night? Taking little shots, he was taking shots at your president. It's so meek of, they always say, sir, please stick to policy. Don't get first, stick to policy. Don't get personal and yet, don't get personal and get personal all night long. These people do, I still have to stick to policy, sir. You must stick to policy, sir. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built, that they gave away $1 billion worth yesterday. She got up, she started ranting and raving that Donald Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food, but they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history.
Hey! Gonna be the worst in our history.
The worst in our history. The worst in our history. Worst in our history. Worst
Worst in our history, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you take our black jobs. You like that?
Worst in our history.
You like
taking black jobs now. It could be 18. It could be 19 and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic jobs. And you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
All right, let's get the drill, baby, drill.
And drill, baby.
One more and then we're out of here.
Drill, baby, drill.
I got to get out of here. Look at the time.
We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to lower your taxes.
W have it in the chat.
Insane asylum.
Let's get this drill, baby, drill.
They go
Greg, where
crazy
you
when
at?
they say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack. Drill, there's a block. So baby, there's a lots of you know she's gonna bang. You know she's gonna bang King. Right? I prevail, she was against stacking against all the stuff and then 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 she was getting
get the rags out.
She said I like fracking very much. They always go.
Hey, W Cabrera. Wow.
She's a radical.
Come on.
Left lung. She
can't help it. Hey, little miss. And drill, baby, drill. Right, Kiro.
We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna take out
so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes.
insane asylum.
Thank you, Heaven. You know, crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We gonna frack. Hey! I gotta get low with that.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Tell, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill
like it's Hannibal Lecter. Hey!
Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. Insane asylums.
Alter ego.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Okay, they say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Oh!
We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late
great Hannibal.
Drill.
I gotta hit that one hard.
It's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill, we go.
Lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill,
baby, drill, we go. We're gonna be drill, we go.
Hey, W Cabrera. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Y'all know what time it is. All right, what a show. We did it all this week, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we bring in the new year. All right, we're going to get those black jobs, and we're going to drill, baby, drill. Don't worry, we'll lower your taxes, and we'll pay down your debt. All right? All right, and good. It's Hannibal Lecter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. Take care, stay safe out there in those TikTok streets, and don't do nothing I wouldn't do.